Welcome back, technocrats. In this electrical measurement instrumentation, we will discuss further the 40 to 60 percentage coverage of measurement. For this, let us see what is the error analysis. Generally, we deal about the systems for the measurement. Obviously, there measuring some error is occur due to measure 3 point gross error, systematic error, and there is one random error. What is gross error? Mainly covers human mistakes in reading instruments and recording and calculating the measurement reading. This is the gross error. And the systematic error categorized in the three categories: instrument error, environmental error, observational error. What is the instrumental error? Due to inherent shortcomings in the instrument, due to misuse of the instrument, abnormal use of the instrument, due to loading effect of instrument. Three category of due to inherent shortcomings in the instrument, due to misuse of the instrument, and due to loading effect of instrument. After some time there is the by the loading there will be the spindle maybe deteriorates or the springs will be loose. So the instrument got the error. What is the environmental error? Error due to temperature, pressure, humidity, dust, vibrations, or the external magnetic field or the electrostatic field. We have to clear about that the environmental error. What is the observational error? Due to source of observation. The pointer of the voltmeter slightly above the surface of the scale. Thus, error on account of parallax will be occurred. We can take here the observational reading. Suppose one person is here and it should read the reading the mirror and the pointer. When the pointer image is back behind the this pointer, if they are overlapping then the actual reading, but in this case this is the incorrect reading. This is the mirror, this is the pointer, and this is the image. If anyone is seeing from the side, he can say okay this is the image, this is the reading of, but it is not actual reading. Actual reading is this: eye should be upon the pointer and its pointer image from mirror should be overlapped, and only one scale, one pointer should be there. The image of that instrument will be not visible by the this pointer. So the mirror image overlap by the pointer, at that reading is the no error reading. So there is one another random error or the residual. It has been considered found that the experimental results show variation from one reading to another. Even after all, systematic errors have been accounted for. This is the random error. There are the some unit and standards present in there. The fundamental units and the derivative units. Independently chosen or the called means independently chosen as called fundamental units. The remaining B units are called the derivative units. The fundamental units is the mechanics where the mass, length, and the time. And since length, mass, and time are the fundamental to the most other physical quantity beside, they are called the primary fundamental units. Other than like thermal, electrical, illumination fields are the fundamental also. These units are used only where the particular discipline are involved, and therefore they are called the auxiliary fundamental units. The auxiliary fundamental units. Determination of absolute unit by the measurement of the current. This is the Rayleigh's current balance meter. There are the fixed coil. to arm balance. This is the current in, out current, in and out current, moving coil. This is the current in and this is the out, to arm balance. This is the Rayleigh's current balance meter. We will discuss in the third and fourth unit for this chapter in this type. Absolute measurement of resistance by the Lorentz method. Standard and their classification are standards in a physical representation of a unit measurement. The term standard is applied to a piece of equipment have the known and measure physical quantity. It stands for the international standard, primary standard, secondary standards, working standards. Standard for mass and length. The primary standard of mass, it has an accuracy of 1 part in 10 to power 8 in the International Bureau. Secondary standard of mass, an accuracy of 1 ppm. ppm means particle per million, part per million. Working standard of mass, accuracy of working standards of the order of 5 ppm. International unit of length, the meter is equal to 1650763.73 wavelength is a vacuum of the orange red light radiation of the krypton 86 atom in its transition between level 2p10 and 5d5. Working standards of length. Gauge block steel have two parallel surfaces and the distance between the two surfaces is specified. The accuracy of tolerance of this usually 0.5 to 0.25 micron. What is the atomic frequency and time standard? Weight and measures defines the second in the term of the cesium transitions, assigning a value of 91926317770. To fine transition of cesium 133 atom between two level F is equal to 4, MF is equal to 0 and F is equal to 3, MF is equal to 0 of the ground state SF half unperturbed to the external field. Temperature standard. What are the temperature standards? If we talk about, the magnitude of the Kelvin has been fixed by the defining thermodynamics temperature of the triple point of the water exactly 273.160 degree Kelvin, 273.16 Kelvin. The triple point of the water is that temperature at which equilibrium, that is liquid water and its vapor. Liquid water and its vapor is almost 100 degree temperature. Luminous intensity. What is the luminous intensity? We will see. Luminous intensity was termed as the candela. Candela is defined as the luminous intensity in the perpendicular direction of the surface of 1 divided by 600,000 square meter of a black body radiation at the temperature of freezing of platinum under the standard atmospheric pressure. What is the electromechanical indicating instrument? It has actually the three forces: deflecting forces, controlling forces, and the damping forces. What are the deflection forces? The deflecting or the operating forces is required for the moving pointer from its zero position. Means deflecting or operating forces is required for moving the pointer from its zero position. Controlling forces. This force is required in an indicating instrument in order that the current produces deflection of the pointer proportional to its magnitude. The system producing a controlling force is called controlling system. What is the damping forces? When a deflecting forces is applied to a moving system, it deflects and it should come in the rest at a position when the deflection force is balanced by the controlling forces. If extra forces are not required, not provided to damp these oscillations, the moving system will take a considerable time to settle to a final position, and hence time consumed in the taking reading will be large. Damping force are necessary to that the moving system come to its equilibrium position rapidly and smoothly without any oscillations. Means we can say there is the if there is a pointer, when the force is applied, the deflecting force, it is moving. When it moves, so appropriate distance should be covered, and it is connected with a spring that is called the controlling force. Initially it is rest. It also connected with the controlling forces. When deflection force is applied, it moves. According the deflection force, controlling force releases the pointer. If there is a need of damping force, otherwise this spindle or this pointer will make oscillations. After some time it will be settle its position. It will take 5 to 6 second, 10 second to take a reading, but at that time there is a power consumption and our reading got error. So there is the need of another force. It is called the damping force. The oscillations of that pointer will be eliminated, or if there is a motion of that pointer at this point, and this point will be the final position of the pointer, it will not move this direction or this direction. The quality of the moving system should be, moving parts should be light and the frictional forces should be minimum. It had two characteristics. Type of support, there is the suspension, torn suspension, pivot, and jeweled bearing is also there. This is the torn suspension, spring tension, suspension ribbon is there, movable element, the suspension ribbon is there, spring tension. This is the torn suspension, only used in the vertical position. It has the quality for only the vertical position. This is jeweled bearing, pivot, jeweled, and this is also spring loaded with jewel bearing. This is the spring, this is the jeweled, and this is the pivot. What is the analog instrument? An analog device is a one which has the output or displays continuous function of time and bears a constant relation to the input. Constant relation to the input, that is called the analog instrument. Classification of analog: direct current, alternating current, both direct and alternating current, AC and DC. Category is indicating, recording, and integrating. Indicating instrument: electromechanical instrument, electronic instrument. Direct measurement instrument, comparison instrument. Function of operation: suppose there is a current carrying conductor. This is the conductor, current carrying. There is the formation of the loop of flux which is generated by the screw law. We can check here. This is the current direction and there is the formation of the loop. So this is the direction of the loop, and here suppose right hand principle, this is the applied force and this is the current, this is the B and this is the F, and where this is the current carrying conductor, this is the upward direction, phi is down, and the force is the right side. Force produced due to current carrying a magnetic field, resultant force. Next we will be teaching the next lecture. Then thank you all of you.